Hi, this is Group 1. We did our case study presentation on Coca-Cola's Yang-inspired global campaign. My name is Maddie Adams.
I'm Maddie Anderson.
I'm Brenna Almendinger.
And I'm Grace Dufour.
Okay, so we're going to start off with a little bit of background. So obviously we chose the brand Coca-Cola as they created a campaign for a new flavor abroad. It launched in China. It was focusing on other cultures and how they can enjoy Coke. They selected a young adult audience for this campaign and where it launched. So it started in New Zealand, Australia, and Japan, and then they found a need and filled it and expanded into the Chinese market. And why did they do it? Well, Chinese tradition calls for warm ginger as a cold remedy. So they introduced the concept of hot soda with the ginger flavoring in it. And it was announced March 2017. Okay, so here we have some examples. It was actually a little bit of a struggle to find like finished ads on the internet. I'm not exactly sure why, but over to your right, I have an arrow pointing to a PR package. So they have a bottle and a can of ginger Coke, as well as some ginger, because when it's not pre-made, people spend time grinding the ginger into a cola or any sort of liquid to heat it up and drink it. To your left, you can see a celebrity endorsement. This is a singer. As you can see, it follows the regular Coca-Cola protocol of a good-looking person smiling, holding their beverage. And in the top center, we can see an example of like their refreshing ads that they typically run on TV. Okay, so here we're going to read their mission statement. And Coke's mission statement is to refresh the world in mind, body, and spirit, to inspire moments of optimism and happiness through our brands and actions, and to create value and make a difference. Okay, so we're going to go over their company values, and we're going to start with their vision. So their vision is to craft the brands and choice of drinks that people love to refresh them in body and spirit, and done in ways that create a more sustainable business and better shared future that makes a difference in people's lives, communities, and our planet. And under their website, they had a list of bullet points, like specifically detailing their values, and they were curious, empowered, inclusive, and agile. And we can draw from this that Coke is, you know, they're an old brand and they're constantly wanting to change and keep up with the times, because they could just do the same thing forever since they're so successful and very, very old. Okay, so here we have the SWOT analysis. So after looking over this campaign and how it did, I've identified the strengths as it was celebrity endorsed, which did well in their market. They know their audience very well because they selected younger people who don't necessarily want to take the time to grind up ginger into their drinks. And the campaign presents a new way to consume Coke while also advertising the cold and refreshing side of the beverage that we usually know. And their weaknesses were hot soda is not common globally. I've personally never heard of it. I was a bit thrown off when I heard it. And the brand is revered globally as producing a sugary cola with no health benefits, usually. So this is a big rebrand for them. Some opportunities because of Ginger Coke. Because Coke's already a very well-established brand globally, they have a lot more opportunity to expand Ginger Coke into more global markets as it does better and better. And since ginger is used as a cold remedy, there's a new opportunity to create a campaign amidst COVID. And the only threats I could identify to this campaign was other ginger flavored beverages like ginger ale, which is usually the go-to, and people who will not rely on Coke to deliver the same experience as drinking freshly ground ginger, so maybe older people.
And then going into the primary audiences in this situation is first, so hot soda drinkers. This new hot drink was launched especially for the Chinese market because they listened to their consumers and saw that they would boil or cook Coke and grind up ginger and combine those as a cold remedy. And so this prompted Coca-Cola to create their first hot drink. So this ginger Coca-Cola was directly targeting these hot soda drinkers, and it is made to be microwaved or heated for 90 seconds and still have the sort of like carbonation effect mixed in with the ginger and like the like cool and warm tones combined, and kind of still have that effect. And then another primary audience are, I guess, like everyday and average consumers, because you can find this product in any local supermarket, convenience store, or restaurant. So they wanted to make it easily accessible for everyday consumers to find, and they wanted to listen to their concerns and not have them grind up ginger and boil Coke every time they had a cold or they wanted some sort of hot and cold combined drink. Then the secondary audiences, I guess, were just traditional soda drinkers, because you usually, when you think of soda, you think of a nice, refreshing cold beverage. You usually do not think of the words warm and hot when thinking of soda. And so they wanted to kind of combine those words along with convenient to show Ginger Coke's unique attributes. And they wanted to expand their fan base based on this and invite them to try the newest creation while also enjoying a previous experience they already know, which is a nice, cooling, regular Coca-Cola. And the strategies that they used to kind of reach out to these audiences were they definitely listened to consumers and saw that they were combining ginger and Coke for cold remedies. They wanted to place it in stores that anyone could find, and they used that so they could save time and energy so they didn't have to make this at home. And they wanted to use social media to approach these audiences, because as social media is becoming more popular now, it definitely was in 2017 and is still continuing to increase in audiences. And so they wanted to use social media to approach them, and they wanted to create ad campaigns praising this audience for giving them this idea, and then use celebrity endorsements as well.
The next thing we focused on was the tactics that Coca-Cola used in their campaign for Coke Ginger. They called it the Bring Out the Heat campaign, and one of the components of this was that the warming drink places emphasis on the Chinese philosophy of yin and yang. So what this means is that Chinese philosophy includes the concept of yin and yang, and in this specific situation, they're saying that the complementary cold food or coolness aspect of something else that a person is consuming will be complementary to the hot part of the fact that the Coke Ginger is served warm. And then another part of it was that there was prominence in ads. As seen in this image on the right of the slide, actor and singer Lu Han promoted the drink, and he was a celebrity endorsement. And also social media was used to introduce and continue dialogue that spread the word of this product. Overall, in evaluating how effective and successful this campaign was, we decided that overall it was successful. They did their research to understand that Chinese tradition of drinking a warm mixture of Coca-Cola and ginger was used as a cold/flu remedy at home, and they found this niche to create a new product specifically for this situation. And this allowed for them to specifically target China as an audience and also use their product in other countries as well. The first Coke Ginger launched in 2017 and received good feedback in regions of China. 2 years later, in 2019, the development team created a version of Coke Ginger with real ginger juice, and this was another altercation that made the product even more interesting to consumers. Recently, in 2020, Coca-Cola has now launched this new version of Coke Ginger. It was marketed as a beverage to heat up before drinking, and the idea is that people in China would simply buy the Coke Ginger and heat it up to make the whole process easier, rather than having to cut up ginger and combine it with a regular Coke and then warm it.
So in conclusion, 2020 as a year brought a lot of complications due to the pandemic. So while Coke sales fell around the world, sales in China actually grew in 2020 in contrast to everywhere else. In China, Coke actually gained market share, so Coke decided to focus more on selling sodas in China. So in addition to the Coke Ginger, they launched other drinks, including an apple cider vinegar beverage and a black tea beverage that is also meant to be served hot. So in conclusion, as Maddie said, we decided that this marketing campaign was overall a success. So as far as discussing this whole campaign, we are curious about what are your overall thoughts of this campaign? Do you think that Coke's understanding of Chinese habits helped their campaign? And if so, how? And also, if not, why not? Do you think it was risky for Coke to create such a niche product as hot soda? Also, do any of you have any ideas for how Coca-Cola could replicate the success of this marketing Coke Ginger towards China in a different country? Also, are there any suggestions for how the overall product, branding, marketing, etc. of Coke Ginger could have been improved?
Thank you.